CTET or STET or many other teaching job competitions. For that, today we have brought theories of the great psychologists Piaget, Kohlberg and Vygotsky. These theories are very important in CTET and other teaching ability tests. So we shall focus on these three persons. Their theories have played very important role in child development. Cognitive Development Theory by Jean Piaget. Jean Piaget was a Swiss psychologist who described the mechanism by which the mind processes new information. Basically, he was a developmental biologist who devoted his life to closely observing and recording the intellectual abilities of infants, children, and adolescents. His theory is based on a stage approach to development, a stage-wise approach of development. He argues that infants do not acquire knowledge from facts communicated by others, not through sensation and perception. Instead, Piaget suggests that knowledge is the product of direct motor behavior. Piaget assumes that all children pass through a series of universal stages in a fixed order. He believes that not only does the quantity of information acquired in each stage increase, but the quality of knowledge and understanding grows as well. According to Piaget, such cognitive development occurs in an orderly fashion. Children pass through 4 major stages as they move from birth through adolescence. He said that movement from one stage to the next occurs when a child reaches an appropriate level of physical maturation and is exposed to relevant types of experience. Without experiences, children are assumed to be incapable of reaching their cognitive potential. Piaget's stages of cognitive development. And first stage is sensory motor period from 0 to 2 years. First sub-stage 1, simple reflexes, ages from birth to 1 month. In this period, the various reflexes that determine the nature of the infant's interactions with the world are at the center of its cognitive life. The sucking reflex causes the infant to suck at anything placed in its lips. Sub-stage 2, first habits and primary circular reaction. From the 1 month of child to 4 months. At this age, infants begin to coordinate what were separate actions into single and integrated activities. An infant might combine grasping an object with sucking on it or staring at something with touching it. Sub-stage 3, secondary circular reactions 4 to 8 months. In this stage, a child who repeatedly picks up a rattle in her crib and shakes it in different ways to see how the sound changes is demonstrating her ability to modify her cognitive scheme about shaking rattles. At sub-stage 4, from 8 to 12 months child, in this stage, the infant will push one toy out of the way to reach another toy that is lying partially exposed under it. Basic features of Piaget's stages of cognitive development. One is circular motion reaction, an activity that permits the construction of cognitive schemes through the repetition of a change motor event. Second is goal-directed behavior. Behavior in which several schemes are combined and coordinated to generate a single act to solve a problem. Third is object permanence. The realization that people and objects exist even when they cannot be seen. Mental representation. An internal image of a past event or object. Deferred imitation. An act in which a person who is no longer present is imitated later by children after they have witnessed the person's actions. Substage 5, tertiary circular reactions 12 to 18 months. In this, a child will drop a toy repeatedly, varying the possible position from which he dropped it, carefully observing each time to see where it fell, how it sounds, etc. Substage 6, beginnings of thought, 18 years to 2 years child. The major achievement of this substage 6 is the capacity for mental representation or symbolic thought. Piaget argued that only at this stage can infants imagine where objects that they cannot see might be. Means they can search what thing and where mama has put or hide the thing. Next stage is pre-operational phase, 2 to 4 years. Increased use of verbal representation but speech is egocentric. The beginning of symbolic rather than simple motor play. Transducting reasoning can think about something without the object being present by use of language. They can speak, they can express themselves in simple, small sentences. Next is intuitive phase, 4 to 7 years. In this, speech becomes more social. The child has an intuitive grasp of logical concepts. There is still a tendency to focus attention on one aspect of an object while ignoring others. Concepts formed are crude and irreversible. They are easy to believe in magical increase, decrease, disappearance. Perceptions dominate judgment. In moral ethical realm, the child is not able to show principles underlying best beliefs. Rules of the game not developed. Only uses simple do's and don'ts imposed by authority. Basic features of Piaget's theory. Here are operations, means organized, formal and logical mental processes. Symbolic functions, the ability to use a mental symbol, a word or an object to stand for or represent something that is not physically present. Next is concentration, the process of concentrating on one limited aspect of a stimulus and ignoring other aspects. Egocentric thought, thinking that does not take into account the viewpoints of others. Transformation, the process in which one state is changed into another. Intuitive thought, thinking that reflects preschoolers' use of primitive reasoning and their avid acquisition of knowledge about the world. Next is conservation, the knowledge that quantity is unrelated to the arrangement and physical appearance of objects. Now Piaget's period of concrete operations, that is 7 to 12 years. In this, their basic features of this are classification, the ability to group objects together on the basis of common features. Class inclusion, the understanding more advanced than simple classification that some classes or sets of objects are also subsets of a larger class. Decentralization, the ability to make multiple aspects of a situation into account. Identity, the understanding that despite changes in shape, amount remains the same. Compensation, the knowledge that an increase in one dimension, such as length, is cancelled out by a decrease in another dimension, such as width. Piaget's period of formal operation, 12 years and onwards. The characteristic behavior. Thought becomes more abstract in incorporating the principles of formal logic. The ability to generate abstract propositions, multiple hypotheses, and their possible outcomes is evident. Thinking becomes less tied to concrete reality. Hypothetic deductive reasoning. The ability to start thinking about abstract possibilities and move to the concrete. In other words, they start with a general theory about what produces a particular outcome and then deduce explanations for what has brought about the outcome. Piaget's general concepts of cognitive development. In this, first one is stage, a period in a child's development in which he or she is capable of understanding some things but not others. Second is schema or scheme, an organized pattern of sensory motor representation in the mind of a set of perceptions, ideas, or actions which go together. Operation, the process of working something out in your head. Young children in the sensory motor or pre-operational stages have to act and try things out in the real world. To work things out, like count on fingers. Older children and adults can do more in their heads. Piaget's general concept of cognitive development. Adaptation. What it says, adapting to the world through assimilation and accommodation. Next is assimilation, the process by which a person takes material into their mind from the environment, which may mean changing the evidence of their senses to make it fit. Next one is accommodation, in the process in which people change the existing ways of thinking that occur in response to encounter with new stimulus or events. Kohlberg's theory of moral development. Lawrence Kohlberg modified and expanded upon Jean Piaget's work to form a theory that explained the development of moral reasoning. Kohlberg's theory proposes that people move through the periods of moral development in a fixed order, and that they are unable to reach the highest stage until about the age of 13 due to deficits in cognitive development that they are not overcome until there. Hensch dilemma. Kohlberg based his theory upon research and interviews with groups of young children. A series of moral dilemmas were presented to children who were then interviewed to determine the reasoning behind their judgments of each scenario. Now, Kohlberg has described 3 levels of moral development. Kohlberg is famous for his sequence of moral reasoning. Level 1, that is pre-conventional morality. At this stage, the concrete interests of the individual are considered in terms of rewards and punishments. Obedience and punishment orientation. At this stage, people stick to rules in order to avoid punishment, and obedience occurs for its own sake. And reward orientation. At this stage, rules are followed only for a person's own benefit. Obedience occurs because of rewards that are received. Level 2 of moral development, that is conventional morality. At this level, people approach moral problems as members of society. They are moreover interested in pleasing others by acting as good members of society. In this stage, authority and social order maintaining morality also comes. People at this stage conform to society's rules and consider that right is what society defines as right. Next, third level is post-conventional morality of At this level, people use moral principles which are seen as broader than those of any particular society. Morality of contract, individual right, and democratically accepted laws. People at this stage do what is right because of a sense of obligation to laws which are agreed upon within society. They perceive that laws can be modified as part of changes in an implicit social contract. Morality of individual principles and conscience. At this final stage, a person follows laws because they are based on universal ethical principles. Laws that violate the principles are disobeyed. Vygotsky's view of cognitive development, taking culture into account. Leo Vygotsky was a pioneer of psychology, offers an alternative to Piaget's view of development. He contributed much important research in the field of cognitive development. His extensive research into cognitive development has led this theory to be one of the most important of its kind. He believed that children's thinking is affected by their social knowledge, which are communicated by either psychologically, language, number, art, etc., or technical, book, calculator, etc. means. He was often criticized by being an idealist and his overemphasis of the role of language in thinking. He was also a very popular author of many psychology books. Basic principles of Vygotsky's theories. Number 1 is children construct their knowledge. Number 2 is development cannot be separated from its social context. Next, number 3 is learning can lead development. Now, number 4 is language plays a central role in mental development. Vygotsky described something known as zone of proximal development (ZPD), which is the key feature of his theory. There are two levels of attainment for the ZPD. Level 1, the present level of development. This describes what the child is capable of doing without any help from others. Level 2, the potential level of development. It means what the child could potentially be capable to do with the help of other people or teachers. Vygotsky's ZPD, Zone of Proximal Development Focused Teaching. In this zone of proximal development, when the learner can achieve with assistance, and their level of challenge is what the learner will be able to achieve independently. What the learner can currently achieve independently. Scaffolding occurs through the support of the more knowing other. There are two things, boredom and level of competence. Vygotsky argues that scaffolding not only promotes the solution of specific problems, it also aids in the development of overall activities, and this question is mostly asked, what is scaffolding? It is the support for learning and problem solving that encourages independence and growth. Thank you. Hopefully this has made clear the theories of Piaget, Vygotsky and Kohlberg. If you have any doubt or any more help you want from me, you can comment in the comment box. Watch my next videos of child pedagogy, multiple intelligences and many more to prepare any teaching eligibility test. Please like, subscribe and share. Ask the questions if you have any doubt. You have the comment box. Write in the comment box please. Thank you once again.